Hi there, happy Good Friday and welcome into Fox 10 Midday. I'm Shelby Myers in today for Ashland alongside our chief meteorologist Jason Smith. It's a big weekend, of course, the holiday weekend, a long weekend. We saw that traffic last night. A lot of people heading to the beach. Weather is going to be top of mind for a lot of people. And Jason, you got some stuff to tell us.
Yeah, definitely. It looks like rain showers on Easter Sunday morning. We may also see some scattered rain tomorrow afternoon too. So we're closely monitoring this, Shelby. It's an important forecast. And here's what we're seeing out there as we look at the situation. I think that was Lee Peck that just walked across the screen right there. If you guys want to know, that was who that man was. Check it out, our satellite radar picture right now. We've got partly cloudy skies across the area. It's almost exactly like it's been all week. We did have some showers earlier in the week, but we're not going to see those today. Atmosphere is very, very stable. So look at the forecast here. You can see temperatures into the low 80s here through the afternoon, 83 degrees for that afternoon temperature, and winds out of the southeast at about 11 miles an hour. By the time we get into the evening, temperatures will trail off a little, but it will be a very warm and humid day. So Easter weekend forecast, scattered thunderstorms tomorrow, especially afternoon and evening, rain chance 40%. Sunday, we're going to see a good chance of rain, perhaps mixed with some rumbles of thunder. And the timing looks like it's more focused on the morning and the middle part of the day. So that's going to affect the Sunday services, the Easter egg hunts, the family gatherings, unfortunately. But it is some much needed rainfall that is on the way. Checking out our futurecast here, let's take you through it. So tomorrow, the morning should be okay, but if we do get scattered activity, it's most likely going to be in the afternoon. The graph is not doing a whole lot with rain showers in the area, but there's some other models that bring in the scattered rain tomorrow afternoon. Sunday morning at 6 a.m. This is what the Futurecast is suggesting here, and it is showing the potential for some showers in the area and a few thunderstorms at 6 a.m., and that continues through about the afternoon and evening. It should be drier by Sunday night, and Monday morning does look a little better. So we're looking for some changes with temperature and rain chances. We'll talk more about that in your complete forecast coming up.
All right, Jason, thank you. We've got some breaking news right now. A judge setting a bond for a Baldwin County man accused of raping a 15-year-old girl he met on Snapchat. 19-year-old Julio Perez Jr. is the one wearing the red jumpsuit you see on your screen. He faces a total bond of $70,000. That's $50,000 on a charge of traveling to meet a child for an unlawful sex act, and $10,000 each on second-degree rape and second-degree sodomy. If released, Perez must wear a GPS monitor, remain on house arrest, have no contact with the victim, and is banned from using smart devices or the internet. Perez remains in the Baldwin County Jail now. Investigators say he contacted the girl on Snapchat and then drove her from Florida to his home in Alberta. The Florida Highway Patrol arresting this man, 46-year-old Marvin Thomas. Investigators say FHP located a vehicle he was driving on North Blue Angel Parkway with the wrong tag. Police say the trooper initiated a traffic stop, but Thomas tried to run. Officials say during the pursuit, Thomas crashed into a fence at the intersection of Patricia Drive and Oak Cliff Road. Thomas has an outstanding warrant out of Escambia County, Florida. FHP has charged him with felony fleeing and driving while his license was suspended. Well, we are hearing from Monroeville's police chief as the investigation continues into a man's death while in police custody. It happened Monday afternoon. Officials say video here shows officers dragging 35-year-old Amaran Tunstall. The chief says officers were responding to a call for a domestic violence situation involving Tunstall. Chief Mandy Armstrong says Tunstall had outstanding warrants, and when an officer approached him, Tunstall ran into nearby woods. Police say he refused to walk and was eventually taken into custody, quote, without incident. But one of Tunstall's family members disputes that. They claim officers pepper sprayed and tased Tunstall multiple times. While the Alabama Law Enforcement Agency continues looking into the case, State Representative Thomas Jackson, who represents Monroe County, is calling for more state involvement.
And I'm asking for an investigation from the Attorney General's office to look into this matter, because we got too many of these things happening in our neighborhood where people of color are being abused by law enforcement.
We are still waiting for Tunstall's autopsy results to come back. We'll keep you updated as soon as this develops. We're learning more about a fatal deputy-involved shooting out of Mississippi. The Jackson County Sheriff's Office says it received a report about a woman walking around playing loud music at the Reserve Apartments in St. Martin Wednesday night. They say Deputy Michael Jimerson was the first to arrive on scene. Investigators say the suspect, identified as 27-year-old Mallie Ross, was armed with a handgun when she fled from Deputy Jimerson. They say after an exchange of gunfire, both Deputy Jimerson and Ross died. Jackson County Sheriff John Ledbetter says Deputy Jimerson was the kind of law enforcement officer that young deputies looked up to, and that the loss has left a void in their community.
He was such a good man, and his impact was so great upon everyone that worked here. He had a personality and a demeanor for law enforcement. Never got a complaint on him. He knew how to do his job well.
Records show this was not Ross's first run-in with the law. In 2023, she pled guilty to felony fleeing and was given 2 years of probation. Court documents show Ross was discharged from supervision in June of 2024, and the felony was wiped from her record. Testimony set to continue in the Darius Lucky capital murder trial. He's one of 5 people accused of a shooting in 2023 that killed 9-year-old Kaylee Knight. 2 co-defendants testified yesterday that Lucky shot into the house. Ricky Thayer spent hours on the witness stand. Prosecutors have agreed to amend the capital murder charge to felony murder and recommend a 20-year sentence in exchange for her testimony. Prosecutors say there's a chance they could rest their case by the end of the day. That would put closing arguments on track for Monday. Iran fired on targets across the Middle East today, while American and Israeli airstrikes started targeting Iran's bridges. Fox chief correspondent Jonathan Hunt has more from Tel Aviv.
As Operation Epic Fury nears the end of week 5, Iran is still lashing out at its Mideast neighbors, hitting a desalination plant and oil refinery in Kuwait in response to a new threat from President Trump and Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu to target Iran's bridges and electric plants.
In full coordination between me and President Trump, between the IDF and the United States military, we will continue to crush Iran.
And while the conflict is still escalating, the White House is sticking to its 3-week timetable to end major combat operations.
So it's short term. It did 2 or 3 more weeks, I think the conflict goes.
But some experts say it will be difficult to achieve all of President Trump's goals in that time, including the removal of Iran's enriched uranium stockpile.
We need to get our hands on it. Is the best way to do that going in ourselves and trying to find it? That would require some very precise intelligence.
The president also repeated his demand for Iran to reopen the Strait of Hormuz, but the Iranians show no signs of backing down. The Revolutionary Guard released this video showing soldiers putting propaganda posters on missiles set to be fired at American ships. Now Gulf allies are becoming more involved, including Bahrain, which is sponsoring a UN proposal to authorize defensive action in the strait.
They don't want to have the Straits of Hormuz in control of the Iranians when it's over.
The UN Security Council is expected to vote on Bahrain's proposal on Saturday. In Tel Aviv, Jonathan Hunt, Fox News.
An affiliate of Iranian state TV claims a U.S. fighter pilot was ejected from their aircraft over the southwest region of Iran. The anchor of a local television station telling viewers to, quote, hand them over to the police if they find the, quote, enemy pilot or pilots alive. A graphic on the channel also urged the public to even, quote, shoot the person if they're found. No other information has been provided. The U.S. has not commented just yet. Topping our national headlines, Pam Bondi is out as Attorney General. According to reports, President Trump had been weighing the move for days and announced his decision to fire Bondi yesterday, saying she will be moving to a job in the private sector. Reports say Bondi has been on thin ice for months with the president on a number of things, including her handling of the Epstein files, along with the recent Supreme Court decision involving birthright citizenship. The president has called on Deputy Attorney General Todd Blanche to be Bondi's replacement. A coyote attacked a young child out of California, and it is caught on camera. The 4-year-old was in the front yard of a family member's home in Carson this week when the coyote sneaked up behind him and attacked. The animal ran off when the boy's mother ran after him. Now DNA testing has confirmed the coyote is the same one involved in a previous attack in that area from February.
I was so scared because I know how bad it could have been. My initial response was just, I need to get him away and I need to see if he's okay.
And now wildlife officials have launched a search for that coyote. A New York mother and her teenage son are credited with saving a neighbor from a house fire on Long Island Tuesday morning. 9th grader Giovanni Moss was waiting for the school bus when he heard the sound of crackling fire. He then saw flames coming from that house nearby, called his mom. Natasha Campbell Moss ran to the home with no shoes while Giovanni called 911. Campbell Moss says she yelled for her neighbor, banging on the door, ringing the doorbell. No one was answering. So she kicked in the door to get inside and got her neighbor out safely. The recently widowed woman was unaware the house was on fire. The cause is under investigation. Well, straight ahead from us here on Fox 10 Midday, local teenagers help recreate the Passion of Jesus Christ in downtown Mobile. Our Stephen Moody was there and has a report for us after the break. But first, Jason.
It's an important forecast for Easter Sunday. We may see some showers. We certainly need the rain, but the timing's not all that good. I'll have more on what we're expecting coming up. All right, we're checking out our osprey camera here from Wolf Bay in Baldwin County. An osprey is a very large bird that eats fish, and it kind of looks like a hawk, but it is actually its own species, an osprey, and it's very common along the coast. The Gulf Coast. It's have big, massive nests, and they're big birds. They're pretty birds. Here's what we have going on out there with our satellite radar picture, and you can see what's happening here. Partly cloudy skies. No raindrops, though, and we don't expect much today. The atmosphere is very, very stable. Right now in downtown Mobile, we're at 73 degrees. We've got an east wind at about 5 miles an hour, and we do have plenty of sunshine out there with our Eastern Shore Toyota camera. The beach forecast looks okay for Saturday, but the problem is that rip current danger is going to stay high. So it's fine on the beach, but the water is a no-go. It's going to be rough on Sunday, and we'll see some showers around. We do see a lower rip current risk on Monday, but we will have the clouds and the cooler temperatures. So it's just not lining up to be a great beach weekend. All right, let's talk rain chances. And as far as what happens today, you know, just some cloud cover out there. Tomorrow, same thing, but we will have at least a chance of a few scattered showers. The model's not doing a whole lot with it, but we are seeing that potential there for isolated to scattered showers on your Saturday afternoon. Rain moves in Saturday night, and then Sunday morning, a real good bet that we're going to have some showers and a few thunderstorms in the area. This will be a weakening system, though, so some areas will see just passing showers through the day on Sunday, and you can see right there on that high-res model the possibility of some of that shower activity. The drought monitor shows that we desperately need the rain. We have a severe drought in many areas, and that's going to continue, unfortunately. Looking at our forecast here, over the next few days, Easter Sunday, a good shot at rain. I'll have your complete forecast coming up.
All right, Jason, we will see you in just a few. Well, it is Good Friday, and local teens were spending the morning helping recreate the Passion of Jesus Christ. The Archdiocese's Office of Youth Ministry organized the live reenactment, and our Stephen Moody is live this morning with more on the ceremony. Definitely such an emotional one, an emotional day, Stephen.
Yeah, hey Shelby, good morning. And it was called the Living Stations of the Cross. It actually just wrapped up here on this beautiful, beautiful Friday morning here in Cathedral Square. And organizers say it was meant for anyone looking for a more prayerful Good Friday. Now take a look. This is video from where that ceremony first started at Spanish Plaza. Then there was a walking procession through downtown with live actors and times of prayer along the way. It moved through Beanville Square and then Cathedral Square before ending here at the Cathedral with another ceremony here. Teenagers from Catholic parishes around the area portrayed key moments from the final hours of Jesus' life.
It is a rejuvenating experience. We're going through walking the stations of Christ as he is being brought to his passion at Calvary. So seeing so many people, just Catholic, non-Catholic, non-denominational people just coming out here to witness the walk of Christ is a beautiful thing for sure.
And yeah, it ended here again here at the Cathedral with more prayer. We'll have the full story coming up later on tonight. But for now, reporting live this morning here in Cathedral Square, Stephen Moody, Fox 10 News.
All right, Stephen, thank you. And on that note, Christian worshipers celebrated Good Friday at the Church in Jerusalem, and the site is believed to be where Jesus Christ was crucified, buried, and rose from the dead more than 2,000 years ago. The Latin patriarch cardinal there led prayers on site. The church was blocked off for entry by police on Palm Sunday due to potential missile strikes from Iran as the U.S.-Israel war against Iran continues. Limited prayer access was later granted by police to allow for the Good Friday prayers. The church western wall and other holy sites in Jerusalem are otherwise closed because of the ongoing Iran war. Devout Catholics in the Philippines reenacting the crucifixion of Jesus Christ on this Good Friday. More than 100 people watched. Christians traditionally remember Good Friday as the anniversary of when Jesus Christ died on a cross. This particular tradition in the Filipino province has gone on for decades. This time around, it marks the 37th year.
NASA's Artemis crew is now sharing an update on the mission from more than 50,000 miles away. I'm Caroline Elliott in New York with the latest on the historical mission coming up.
NASA officially left Earth's orbit last night and is now heading towards the moon for the first time in 50 years. Fox News correspondent Caroline Elliott has an update on the mission coming straight from the astronauts in outer space.
The burn that commits us to flying around the moon.
NASA's Artemis 2 is officially out of this world.
Humanity has once again shown what we are capable of.
The crew left Earth's orbit Thursday and is now heading straight to the moon, and there's no turning back.
I know the United States has done this 1968 through 1972, but this is unbelievable that we can put our minds to something and pull it off. This is an unbelievable technical accomplishment.
The crew is now set to slingshot around the moon, sending the 4 astronauts to places humans have never been before, all the way behind it.
We are definitely 100% on our way to the moon. The lunar gravity will take over in a couple of days here and start pulling us around the far side.
NASA says so far the Orion spacecraft has performed flawlessly, except for one very essential piece of equipment.
I heard that there was a little bit of an issue with the toilet. Which one of you was the plumber?
I'm proud to call myself the space plumber. I like to say that it is probably the most important piece of equipment on board. So we were all breathing a sigh of relief when it turned out to be just fine.
NASA released the first image of Earth taken from thousands of miles away. And during the journey, the high-flying crew says they're not forgetting to enjoy the ride.
Where you're trying to be professional, but the kid inside of you wants to break out and just hoot and holler.
And if all goes according to plan, the crew will spend 10 days together before splashing down in the Pacific Ocean off San Diego. In New York, Caroline Elliott, Fox News.
March's jobs reports shows a rebound in jobs compared to February's weak numbers. The Labor Department reports American employers added 178,000 jobs last month. It's a huge win from February, which saw 133,000 jobs lost. The unemployment rate is also down, sitting at 4.3%. This is partially because the labor force also dropped by 396,000, so March saw fewer people competing for jobs. More than half of those jobs added last month were in healthcare and social assistance, reflecting what experts say is an aging U.S. population. Well, straight ahead from us, do food expiration dates matter? We're going to dive into this in your Health Minute. Plus, a big milestone for a local baseball coach. Our Emily Cochran has more on a history-making night for St. Paul's head coach after the break. But first, Jason.
We have clouds out there right now. Eventually, we'll get some rain clouds in here, and that may affect your Easter Sunday. I'll have your 7-day forecast coming up.
Committed to you. This is Fox 10 Midday.
Welcome back in. We've got your half-hour headlines. It's been years in the making, but the city of Mobile finally breaking ground on a beautification project. The city calling it the Gateway Initiative. The idea is to make the I-10 interchange on Highway 90 in the Tillman's Corner area more inviting. It includes signs, oak trees, and other landscaping, plus some decorative lighting. We're told money for the project is coming from a fee assessed to hotel guests, and that fee went up last year when council members renewed the Tourism Improvement District. The total cost is expected to be around $125,000. The city of Mobile is investing big in helping homeowners stay safe under their own roof. Mayor Spiro Cheragatis announcing a major expansion to the city's Critical Repair Grant program. The program uses federal funding to help low to moderate income homeowners repair or replace their roof before a costly problem becomes an even bigger one. The program serves around 75 households each year. To qualify, you must own and live in your home, meet federal income guidelines, and reside within city limits. Applications must be picked up in person starting April 7th at the Levon Manzi Neighborhood Resource Center. Completed applications are due May 1st. A historic day for the University of West Florida as the Argonauts will officially move up from Division II to Division I starting this fall. The football team, which won a national title in 2019, will now compete in the United Athletic Conference at the FCS level, while all other sports will compete in the Atlantic Sun Conference. Having Division I athletics leads to more exposure, which they feel will help attract more students on and off the field. A historic night on the Diamond in Irvington. But if you ask the man at the center of it, it was just another game. St. Paul's head coach Andy Robbins is now the winningest baseball coach in Alabama history. But he tells Fox 10 it's about so much more than just the wins.
Hey, it's got to be yours. Hey, if it's yours, bust it, man. Hunt that fastball here.
46 years, countless games, and a legacy built on far more than just wins. On a night that would make history, Andy Robbins looked right at home, doing what he's always done.
Attaboy. Good, babe.
Top-ranked St. Paul's taking care of business. A 6-run 7th inning, putting the finishing touches on a 10-1 win over Alma Bryant. A win that would make Robbins the winningest baseball coach in Alabama high school history, with number 1,218. But in true Robbins fashion, he didn't even know.
You know, it's cliche, but, you know, it's just one at a time, literally. You know, one pitch, one inning, and, you know, I've been blessed since I've been coaching. Coach Scotto stepped aside 100 years ago and let me be a head coach, and I've had numerous kids and coaches, and just again, I'm a blessed person. That just means I've been doing it a long time.
A long time filled with moments like this.
That was definitely worth it.
Players celebrating the man who's helped shape not just their game, but their lives.
He's a great coach, and I've learned so much, honestly, about winning and about playing baseball the right way from him, and he's been there every step of the way.
For Robbins, the wins are just part of the story. It's about the relationships, the lessons, and the generations of young men he's helped guide.
To see all these kids develop and move on in their careers. Again, I've had so many kids that went on to pros and gone on to be doctors and lawyers, and it's just, it does my heart good to see that.
And even after 1,218 wins, he's not done yet.
You know, everybody asks me when I'm going to retire, but, you know, I love the kids. I love doing this. It's still fun for me, and it's just like tonight, it's just fun.
Because for Coach Robbins, it's never been about the number. It's always been about the next one.
Keep it up, Coach Robbins, and congratulations. Well, excitement is building as the Pensacola Blue Wahoos open its 14th season tonight. The Wahoos will take on the Montgomery Biscuits at home. First pitch, 6:05, and there's a lot to look forward to this year. All new concession food for one. So we're talking about a crawfish etouffee Uncrustable, new wraps, salads, and a black and blue burger. And don't worry, you'll still be able to grab traditional items like those hot dogs and chicken tenders. But this is making me really hungry here before lunch, Jason.
All right, checking out Fairhope Pier right now. We do have some clouds in the distance, but no rain clouds out there right now. That will change later into the weekend, unfortunately, but we do need the rain. Let's look at the current setup. Scattered clouds around the area, partly cloudy skies this afternoon. Warm temperatures at 73 degrees in downtown Mobile right now with an easterly breeze. And here's where we're going with our beach forecast. We've got a very high rip current risk. I know that Easter weekend can be a big beach weekend with it being coupled with spring break. Definitely want to stay out of the water on Saturday. Sunday, you probably won't be tempted to get in because we will have some raindrops around, but we will have rough surf there. Surf conditions improve on Monday, but it gets a little cool. We'll have highs only in the 60s there, 69 degrees for a daytime high on Monday, a little bit cool at the beaches. So here comes the rain. Tomorrow, our chances are scattered, and it looks like there's a bubble around us where we may not see as much. It dropped the rain chance to 30% for tomorrow. And checking out Sunday morning, it's a fairly high rain chance, but as far as the actual totals, maybe a little underwhelming. I think we're going to end up with about a ½ an inch in most spots, and you can see how that band of rain shifts through the area on Sunday morning. That's church time, Easter egg hunt time, so maybe a little drier Sunday afternoon, but it looks like Sunday morning is going to be our best chance of rain. Your 3-day forecast, rain chance at 30% tomorrow, scattered in the afternoon, high of 83, 71 degrees on Easter Sunday, rain chance 80%, maybe a stray shower on Monday, and we will turn dry again next week. Sunday is our only legitimate chance of an area-wide rain really going forward for a long time. So kind of need it, but it will have an impact on your weekend plans, and plan accordingly. Showers are expected.
All right, Jason, something to think about for this Sunday. Well, Spanish Fort Parks just got a life-saving upgrade. The city is now the first in Mobile or Baldwin County to install smart defibrillators. The Aviv Connect AED units are designed to talk anyone through CPR. And once pulled from their docking station, 911 is automatically called and emergency help is on the way.
To know we have that extra layer of protection goes a long way, I think, not just for all of our parks, but all the folks that use them. We're here at Spanish Fort Town Center. There's a lot of people that still come through and play pickleball that maybe aren't from Spanish Fort that use our facilities, or their kids come here to these parks. So it gives them the ability to know they're going to be safe as well.
So the smart AEDs are currently located at Town Center, Spirit, and Integrity Parks. 2 more are coming soon. A new method of digitally modeling a patient's heart is helping doctors pinpoint problems. The technology is nicknamed digital twins. It works by using MRI technology to create a 3D heart image, but then computer simulations model how electrical signals travel through the organ. That helps doctors quickly find problem areas causing irregular heartbeats, and then they can target those areas during minimally invasive surgeries immediately, instead of having to hunt for them once inside the patient. This idea of digital twins could have implications across other areas of medicine in the future. Early results from a trial were published Wednesday in the New England Journal of Medicine. You likely fall into one of 2 categories, either strictly following food expiration dates or using the dates listed on packaging as a loose guide. But with rising grocery costs and concerns over food waste, is it important to follow those dates down to the T? In today's Health Minute, Manny Gaither gets a registered dietitian to weigh in.
You can find them on granola bags, cereal boxes, and a whole host of products in your pantry. But how much weight do you put into food expiration dates?
It's ideal to know when that food is going to be best utilized by. Now, that's where it gets a little tricky. So that's just an estimate.
Registered dietitian Julia Zumpano with Cleveland Clinic says there are 3 kinds of food expiration dates. One is sell by, that tells the store how long they should display the item for sale. Then there's best by, or best if used by, which is when the product will have its best flavor and quality. Finally, we have used by, the last recommended day for the product to maintain peak quality.
Shelf-stable items are usually the ones that can exceed their dates. So looking at things like dried goods, like rice and pasta and cereal, canned fruits and vegetables, beans, things like that, usually are pretty safe.
Zumpano says to pay closer attention to expiration dates printed on perishable foods in the fridge, like meat and dairy. That's where bacteria and mold are more likely to grow. She says to always use your senses. If you see mold, sliminess, or the color is off, toss it. If it smells off, sour, or moldy, throw it out. And if something doesn't taste right, get rid of it.
If it is past that date, using those senses, or, if you feel better just tossing it, you can. But the goal here is to reduce food waste.
For Health Minute, I'm Mandy Gaither.
A new study reveals that reputable health groups are unintentionally funding medical misinformation. Researchers at Yale found that health and government organizations accounted for more than 10% of ad revenue on websites promoting misinformation. Between 2021 and 2024, millions of dollars in ad spending landed on unreliable sites, and often inadvertently. Groups say that's because automated programs can place credible ads next to harmful content. The study warns these ad placements can legitimize false claims and diminish public trust in government health agencies. If you don't like bugs, you might want to look away for this next story. Just a warning for you. Instructors at Marquette University in Milwaukee are using cockroaches to teach students about neuroscience. Yep. They attach Bluetooth-enabled backpacks to the bugs, which can send tiny electric pulses to their antenna. Students use a phone app to control those currents. And in doing so, they can control which direction the cockroaches move. Okay. I feel like cockroaches are so small, you really got to make a tiny little thing and to not even squish them. But also gross. I don't like roaches. Well, as it stands, Alabama is one of only 10 states in the country with a grocery tax. But a new Alabama bill would cause that tax to disappear for 60 days. HB 527, sponsored by Republican Representative James Lomax. It passed the chamber with a unanimous vote. It would be from May through June for each of the next 3 years. If passed, the tax holiday would not be enforced everywhere. It's up to each county and city to decide on their own.
Gas prices are surging and people are concerned about affordability, whether it's housing or other things throughout the state. Each and every dollar matters at the end of the day. I think it's going to matter to the people in District 20, the city of Huntsville, and the state of Alabama.
Well, the bill also allows hourly employees to deduct taxes from up to $1,000 of their overtime pay. Altogether, this tax cut would result in an $83 million loss to the state's education fund. And with the rising cost of oil, ground beef prices are hitting record highs. In 2020, a pound of meat would have cost about $4. Now, that's almost $9, twice what it was in 2020 almost. Prices will vary based on brand and fat to lean ratio, of course. The Alabama Cattlemen's Association says it comes down to simple supply and demand. We're seeing a nationwide cattle shortage, the worst since the 50s, combined with the surge in high protein diets that's driving the prices up. They advise buy in bulk or try other cuts of beef and try new recipes with those other parts of the cow to save money. Well, straight ahead, the Knoxville Zoo is celebrating a new addition. Plus, Belgium chocolatiers celebrating Easter with what else? Chocolate sculptures. We're going to take a look after the break, and that is in your Midday Talkers. Tennessee's Zoo Knoxville is showing off its newest and cutest resident. The zoo says this male African lion cub was born February 17th. It's the first cub for mother Zara and father Maji. The zoo says Zara did give birth to a litter. However, the staff noticed that even though the cubs were nursing, they were not getting enough milk. Sadly, this little guy was the only one to survive. The zoo staff actually had to intervene and began bottle feeding the cub and say he's now gaining weight. The zoo has not yet announced when he's going to make his public debut, but look how cute, tussling around with a toy lion. Oh, so cute. And then they grow up and they get fierce, of course. Well, Belgium chocolatiers from all over the country gathered to promote a Belgian chocolate and celebrate Easter. The Belouf, or Nice Egg competition, started 4 years ago and encourages chocolate makers to challenge each other. This year's theme for the event is pleasure in motion. And chocolatiers created unique pieces like rockets, trains, bicycles, wheels, carriages, hot air balloons, an hourglass, and other confections. Each creation is completely edible and made up of black, white, or milk chocolate. The creators say chocolate is a perfect creative substance because you can sculpt it, shape it, harden it, and then melt it. All the creations will be put on display at Hotel Amigo in downtown Brussels until April 8th for sale at about $1,040 each. Profits from the event will be given to cancer research. There's more to teaching yoga than just knowing positions and breathing techniques. It also takes experience. Sheba Turk is about to introduce you to one who has more of that than most people can imagine.
Good morning, everyone. Welcome to yoga.
This is a yoga class at the 24-Hour Fitness in Santa Monica. And at first glance, it looks like your typical yoga class.
Inhale, release.
But what makes it special is the teacher. His name is Solomon Delgado, but he goes by Raghavan.
Stretching high all the way.
May I say your age, sir?
Yes.
Being a 93-year-old yoga teacher. Now, first, can you stop lying about your age, please? There's no way you're 93.
I am. 1932.
And he doesn't have a real formula as to why he's still in such great shape.
I have no idea, honestly. But I have a good diet, and I meditate very often to beat stress, which is very bad for your health.
So he focuses on being stress-free, follows a vegetarian diet for the most part, sometimes adding in fish. Whatever he's doing is working. Some of his students have been taking his class for 40 years. After class, he looks more like a homecoming king than a yoga teacher.
You're gonna be on TV. How you do, my little one? Well, I try to make him, feel good. Because, you see, yoga is about postures. It's yoga sana. Sana means posture. Most people come to do exercise, which is not recommended.
Interesting. So don't come for exercise.
No, you come to relax. Oh. You come to surrender yourself into your posture and be there with mind and body.
His yoga story begins as a love story. He fell in love with a yoga teacher and followed her to class, and eventually he became a teacher.
And what keeps you coming every day?
The way I felt doing it. And I became terribly flexible, and it was wonderful for me to do that. And then I started teaching and never stopped until today.
His rules for good practice are simple.
Pay attention to what you're doing. Stay with your breath.
And that's it.
That's it.
Raghavan doesn't actually do the poses in class. He wants to make sure he's paying attention to his students, and of course, I had to jump in.
You do yoga, right? So
yeah.
Toes pointing away. Look at me.
Look at you.
Bring your hips up.
Oh.
Place your hand on the floor, touch outside the foot, and stretch it over.
Like that.
Push the hip up. Look at your hand.
Oh, okay.
And keep going. You press your heel on the floor to push your hip out a little bit more.
Okay.
Feels so good.
It feels amazing. I don't think I would have made it through your whole class.
Exhale down.
For decades, Los Angeles yogis have been enjoying Raghavan's instruction. LA has claimed him, but he actually grew up in Ecuador.
And I met my wife for 54 years, which I miss her dearly. I lost her this month 2 years ago.
Oh, I'm so sorry. That's a long, beautiful time together. Sonia. Oh, I'm sorry. Can I give you a hug? I'm sorry.
In 93 years of life, Raghavan has experienced great loss and even greater love, and he's used yoga to keep breathing through it all.
Now, what's your real age? You don't have to tell them. Just tell me. What are you, 60?
90.
You're sticking with your 93 story?
That's the way I am.
Wow, what an incredible person, 93 years old. All right, we have more coming up for you after the break. We're going to leave you with a live look at Dolphin Island. Not the super sunny day as we are approaching the weekend on this Good Friday, but weather's not that bad nonetheless. We'll be back with more coming up for you after the break. And I'm just reading, okay? This is Jeremy Roth's story. A booty-shaking, rare bird makes its annual pilgrimage to bustling Manhattan. Yeah, it's delighting bird watchers and passerbys alike. And Jeremy Roth has it in today's Take a Look at This.
Watch a rare dancing bird steal the spotlight in the middle of Manhattan. Bird lovers and curious commuters flocked to gawk in the city's Bryant Park to catch a rare glimpse of the American woodcock, a migratory forest bird that, according to WCBS, pops up in the Big Apple every year around this time. Not since 2018's hashtag Hot Duck, Central Park's fabulous flashy waterfowl, has a bird garnered so much looky-loo love in the city that never sleeps. So why all the fuss this time? It's mainly to catch a glimpse of the woodcock TikTok-worthy moves, a bouncing, booty-shaking shuffle the bird reportedly uses to hunt for food. And while these beguiled birders didn't necessarily get a full-on funky footwork performance, don't worry, they may do with their own moves. Another surprise visitor spotted in a strange place turned out to be not at all what it seemed in California after Laguna Beach police shared on social media that a reported trespasser call turned out to be just an elaborate April Fool's prank. A man reported drinking on private property was in fact just a dressed-up dummy placed there by an unknown prankster. It probably didn't help that the department had handled a legit trespasser call in someone's yard just days before. They shared pics of the prank, but also a reminder that calling 911 isn't a joke, and those looking to pull epic pranks should stay safe, have fun, and not be a fool. Oh, really? Maybe the Popo should practice what they preach. Just take a look at this tongue-in-cheek April Fool's post by the Colorado Springs PD, touting Tacticat, the so-called newest officer in their fictional feline unit. The department kidded that the kitty cop specializes in stealth operations, hiding in cardboard boxes and striking unsuspecting ankles. You gotta be kidding me. For Take a Look at This, I'm Jeremy Roth.
You know, I will say the most April Fool's jokes I saw were all from law enforcement. I don't know if you saw Mobile County Sheriff's Office said that they spotted Bigfoot out in the woods, and they went on this whole escapade to find him.
Yeah, and there was some rumor that Trump was bringing in the National Guard to restore order in Mobile. I think I saw that one as well.
A lot of crazy stuff. Not true. Of course, April Fool's was just this week, a couple days ago. So we're moving on from that. It's no April Fool's, though, that this weekend we're expecting a little bit of showers out there.
Yeah, it looks like we're going to see some rain, and tomorrow's chances are low, but they are scattered. We've got a 30% chance of the rain on Saturday afternoon. Saturday night late and early Sunday morning. Look at this. This is about 5 in the morning on Sunday. It looks like a band of showers and a few thunderstorms moving in. We desperately need the rain. We may only get about a half an inch out of this, but it will move through the area on Sunday, and that may have an impact on Sunday services, Sunday morning especially. Temperature at 71 there. It'll be a little cooler on Sunday. Monday, isolated showers with temperatures in the upper 60s.
All right, so if you are heading out this weekend, keep that in mind. We hope you guys have a great Good Friday, remembering the reason for this holiday weekend. Stay safe out there. Don't get in the water. We'll see you on Monday and on Fox News at 3.
Netflix dropping the trailer for Beef Season 2, taking the series from the parking lot to the country club.
It stars Carey Mulligan and Oscar Isaac as a couple whose explosive relationship sparks a high-stakes game of favors and corruption in an elite world run by a Korean billionaire. The series runs April 16th. Our producer watches this show. She says it's a great one to check out. I have not seen it, but I did see. So it's a whole new cast, right? Is that, yes.
Well,
okay.
When I saw the name Beef, I thought maybe it would have like a connection to the bear because, you know, the initial restaurant that's after was for there, but apparently not.
Wow.
I'm excited. I'm excited for Euphoria though, and it's going to be bringing the drama to Coachella.
Really?
That's what they say.
HBO Max announcing the season 3 premiere will screen at Coachella Valley Music and Arts Festival in Indo, California, marking the first time a TV series debuts an episode at a 3-day event like this.
Let's do it. The late night screening is April 12th in the campgrounds. You know, Labyrinth is the musician who does the score for Euphoria. And there's some sort of debate as to whether, you know, he's going to come back after a post he made on social media. But at Coachella last year, he was performing and Zendaya was on the stage with him. So I wonder if she's going to show up again for the screening.
That would be the ultimate for all the fans out there, to get to watch a new episode, to see Zendaya in person and Labyrinth perform.
Yeah.
Very cool.
Very talented.
We'll see. Grammy-winning pop rock singer Olivia Rodrigo releasing a new album this summer. She announced her third project will be titled "You Seem Pretty Sad for a Girl So in Love."
Oh, wow.
It's a mouthful.
She is staying on that theme. The 23-year-old former actress saying that her creative challenge with this project was to write from a joyful place. Okay, so maybe she's not. Rodrigo's new album should be out June 12th.
In 2021, she moved into the music scene with her first album titled Sour. Her sophomore album Guts arrived in 2023. Sour was I just remember seeing it first. I had no idea who she was, okay? I think she was on Disney first.
Yes.
And then I saw her on TikTok for the first time, and that song Driver's License just blew up completely.
Yeah. I can't remember what song was playing today, and Phoenix asked me if she was asking who it was, and I said, it's Olivia Rodrigo. And she was like, oh. But yeah, this one grew on me.
She's talented. I like her music. I like the sad and the little bit of grunge in there with her tone and her
She's
lyrics.
Always going after somebody, that's for sure.
I like it.
Next up, we're going to dive into the big breaking stories coming up for your most local news at 5.
And then this.
It's a shame that this working mother of two, who was trying to do the right thing to become legal in this country, is now scammed out of close to $7,000.
Scammers preying on people looking for immigration help. One wrong move can cost thousands. The red flags police say to watch for and how to protect your money and identity next.
Committed to you. This is Fox 10 News.
The Fox 10 crews are working behind the scenes on your breaking news updates, and the information we'll have tonight at 5.
Yeah, a traffic stop ends in gunfire. A Greensboro officer shot, the suspect dead. What we know coming up at 5.
And then also nestled behind Sad Healthcare, an unexpected place for families looking for comfort at the end of life. Why the retreat has been called the closest place to heaven on earth. And the Masters is next week. Some of the biggest VIP parties in Augusta will be getting a taste of Mobile, as a local chef is going to be there. We'll have that information for you coming up at 5 o'clock in less than 30 minutes.
All right, looking out at downtown Mobile from the Admiral, Eastern Shore Toyota view here, and it's a nice day, a little bit breezy. We've got warm weather, and we're not seeing any major problems. Let's take a look at the forecast for tomorrow in Pensacola, and we could see an isolated shower tomorrow, but our rain chances are not super high on our Saturday. Temperatures will climb from near 70 at daybreak up to the upper 70s by tomorrow afternoon on your Saturday. And in Mobile tomorrow, we could see a couple of scattered showers around. We'll have temperatures starting out in the upper 60s, and we'll make it into the low 80s tomorrow. We're going to see that strong south and southeast wind continuing tomorrow ahead of a front that is eventually going to bring us some cooler weather, and it looks like a decent shot at rain on Easter Sunday morning. Our temperatures outside right now are running in the mid-80s. It is very, very warm in the inland parts of the forecast area. Chatham and Grove Hill at 85, 84 Bruton and Evergreen. It's 81 in Mobile. A little cooler near the coast. We're in the mid-70s in Pensacola, 79 in Gulf Shores. And what the graph model is showing is that we could get a couple of scattered showers in our area on Saturday, but the best chance of rain is going to come on Easter Sunday morning. This is 7 a.m. right here. It's showing scattered showers across the area here. That activity moves across the Panhandle by lunchtime on Sunday, so still possibly Easter dinner, having some raindrops around, even some leftover showers in Mobile. And gradually, I expect this to get out of here, but even into the afternoon, we can still see some rain before we do clear, and things do look drier for Monday. Only isolated showers expected there. Here's that weekend forecast. We're going to see a high of 83 on Saturday, rain chance at 30%. Sunday, a better chance of rain, especially morning and midday, high of 71. Looks like we will be cooler on Monday. Highs only in the upper 60s on Monday. We'll get your 7-day forecast and check traffic coming up.
All right, Jason, thank you. Shopping on Amazon could soon cost you a little more. The company is implementing a 3.5% fee for its fulfillment services. Amazon is calling it a fuel and logistics related surcharge. Temporary, they say, to balance the higher fuel costs. Amazon's fulfillment service handles packaging and shipping for third-party sellers on its site. Those sellers would be the ones paying the surcharge. Many more will likely pass it down, though, to customers with those higher prices.
Chocolate is more expensive this Easter weekend than it was last year. The Michigan State food economist estimates it's 10 to 15% more. That's due to international cocoa harvest struggles. The National Confectioners Association says about 90% of Easter baskets contain chocolate. The good news is the cocoa market is stabilizing, so prices should be better by Halloween. And more good news for you, egg prices are down from last year in case you want to dye actual real eggs. Law enforcement is warning about scammers who target people looking for immigration help. So how can you spot the red flags? In this Watching Your Wallet, consumer investigator Carice Jackman speaks with a police chief investigating a case in his area and shares what you should know to help protect your money and personal information.
It's a shame that this working mother of two, who was trying to do the right thing to become legal in this country, is now scammed out of close to $7,000, her identity, and God knows what else.
Keith Conley is the police chief in Kenner, Louisiana. He says a woman came to police after responding to a Facebook ad for someone claiming to offer immigration-related legal help. And for the last year, he's been taking her money, giving promises of citizenship, work visas, social security numbers, not just for her, but for her 2 children as well. Conley says investigators believe the deception went even further. At one point, she was introduced by a Zoom call to a gentleman who was dressed up like a Border Patrol officer with the outer carrier, had a banner behind him that displayed the office's likeness and logo and things of that nature to give her the impression she was actually talking to a U.S. Border Patrol agent who made promises, again, assertions for money, but also captured her biometrics that he said he needed for the process. Investigators identified a suspect in Florida, arrested him, and brought him back to Louisiana. Reported charges include bank fraud, illegal transmission of monetary funds, computer fraud, false personation, and theft. The Federal Trade Commission says only attorneys and people accredited by the U.S. Department of Justice who work for recognized organizations can give immigration legal advice. The FTC also says not to sign blank immigration forms or forms with false information. You can also check your state bar to see whether someone is licensed to practice law. And be cautious if someone asks for money through social media, gift cards, wire transfers, or payment apps. No government agency takes money over the internet. No government agency is going to ask for gift cards. No government agency or banking industry branch, banking branch, loaning institution, nobody's going to conduct business in that manner. So that's a red flag. With this Watching Your Wallet, I'm Carice Jackman.
A new study reveals reputable health groups are unintentionally funding medication misinformation. Researchers at Yale found that health and government organizations accounted for more than 10% of ad revenue on websites promoting misinformation. Between 2021 and 2024, millions of dollars in ad spending landed on unreliable sites, often inadvertently. Groups say that's because automated programs can place credible ads next to harmful content. The study warns these ad placements can legitimize false claims and diminish public trust in government health agencies.
A new method of digitally modeling a patient's heart is helping doctors pinpoint problems. The tech, nicknamed digital twins, it uses MRI technology to create a 3D image of a person's heart. Computer simulations then map how the electrical signals move, and that helps doctors quickly identify areas causing those irregular heartbeats so they can go right to it during minimally invasive surgery, rather searching once inside the patient. The digital twins approach could one day be used in other areas of medicine. Early trial results were published in Wednesday's New England Journal of Medicine. All right, when we come back, a rare dancing bird popping up in Manhattan, and a police department gets April fooled by a literal dummy. That's coming up in today's Take a Look at This.
All right, let's check our weekend outlook here for Easter weekend, and it looks like we could see a few scattered showers around on your Saturday. Thunderstorm chance as at 30% Saturday. Sunday does look wet. I don't think it's going to be an epic amount of rain, but we may get a half an inch or so in a lot of spots. And temperature around 71. We have some showers that could impact your Sunday morning. Let's look at the high-res model first. And what it's showing us is that it's going to be dry this evening. We don't see anything happening as far as rain. We get into Saturday morning with an increase in clouds, and by lunchtime on Saturday, it's possible that we'll start to see a few scattered showers in the area. It's not showing much, but the high-res model does suggest that we're going to see some activity in the area tomorrow after a couple of basically dry days. And looking at Saturday evening, we will still see the possibility of a stray shower or two around, but the main area of rain should be moving in the early morning hours of Sunday. Some of this may happen while you're asleep. Pretty good round of showers and storms, and then behind it still some residual light rain kind of area wide showing up at 7 a.m. and it's possible we still may have some rain showers going on at lunchtime on Sunday. It does look like a decreasing trend with rain by Sunday afternoon. The graph futurecast, just to consult a second opinion here, shows right around 4 or 5 a.m. getting that rain in the area, and it gradually gets out of here as we get into Saturday or Sunday afternoon. By Monday we should clear on off. We need the rain badly. We're in a severe drought with an extreme drought shading to the north and east up I-65. We also have rough surf at the beaches this weekend. Saturday and Sunday will be high rip current days, so we don't recommend swimming at all. We will see some improvements next week, but it'll be a little chilly on Mondays. 83 with widely scattered showers Saturday, 71 with a good chance of rain on Easter Sunday, especially in the morning with that rain chance. And then we go isolated with our rain next week. It looks like a drier week next week. We'll check out your 7-day forecast on Fox 10 News at 5 p.m.
Bye, Lenise.
Nope. If you don't like bugs, you might want to look away for this next story.
Or walk away in her case. Instructors at Marquette University, Milwaukee are using cockroaches to teach students about something, neuroscience, that's it. They attach Bluetooth-enabled backpacks to the bugs, which can send tiny electric pulses to their antenna. Look how heavy that looks on them. Students use a phone app to control the currents. In doing so, they can control which direction the roaches move.
Surprised, and I don't have much experience with cockroaches, so I don't know, I was kind of excited though. Seemed like a fun time.
I feel like getting my hands-on experience and doing the little tiny details with the wires and forceps will really help me in the future, either in research or if I decide to go to grad school.
All right, I'll be mature. Some animal activists have taken issue with similar experiments, calling them cruel. Shelby, I just showed you a picture, my daughter working on a project where she had to take bugs and,
Yeah, showcase them.
And they were in my kitchen for like a week.
You're very familiar with the cockroach there.
Oh, gosh.
Okay, this is funny. From cockroaches to booty-shaking rare birds making its annual pilgrimage to bustling Manhattan. This is Jeremy Roth writing this, okay? I'm just repeating it. It is delighting bird watchers and passerbys alike, though.
Okay, well, let's see what Jeremy Roth is talking about. Today's Take a Look at This.
Watch a rare dancing bird steal the spotlight in the middle of Manhattan. bird lovers and curious commuters flocked to gawk in the city's Bryant Park to catch a rare glimpse of the American woodcock, a migratory forest bird that, according to WCBS, pops up in the Big Apple every year around this time. Not since 2018's #HotDuck, Central Park's fabulous flashy waterfowl, has a bird garnered so much looky-loo love in the city that never sleeps. So why all the fuss this time? It's mainly to catch a glimpse of the woodcock's TikTok-worthy moves, a bouncing, booty-shaking shuffle the bird reportedly uses to hunt for food. And while these beguiled birders didn't necessarily get a full-on funky footwork performance, don't worry, they may do with their own moves. Another surprise visitor spotted in a strange place turned out to be not at all what it seemed in California after Laguna Beach police shared on social media that a reported trespasser call turned out to be just an elaborate April Fool's prank. A man reported drinking on private property was in fact just a dressed-up dummy placed there by an unknown prankster. It probably didn't help that the department had handled a legit trespasser call in someone's yard just days before. They shared pics of the prank, but also a reminder that calling 911 isn't a joke, and those looking to pull epic pranks should stay safe, have fun, and not be a fool. Oh, really? Maybe the Popo should practice what they preach. Just take a look at this tongue-in-cheek April Fool's post by the Colorado Springs PD, touting Tacticat, the so-called newest officer in their fictional feline unit. The department kidded that the kitty cop specializes in stealth operations, hiding in cardboard boxes and striking unsuspecting ankles. You gotta be kidding me. For Take a Look at This, I'm Jeremy Roth.
All right, looking at your traffic tracker right now, we do have some delays in one spot, and that's getting into the Wallace Tunnel here on I-10. It's not as bad as it was, but it starts past Broad Street and backs up into the tunnel. Eastbound looks fine, and things are clear in Pensacola. I'll have a more complete look at your traffic situation on Fox 10 News at 5.
All right, Jason, thank you. Between exams, clinicals, and very little sleep, nursing students are under constant pressure. Coming up, meet the two four-legged faculty members at a nursing college helping future nurses breathe a little easier.
One get one free offer goes.
Dogs aren't just man's best friend. At one nursing school in Kentucky, they're therapists.
Myra Asari is introducing you to the Golden Retrievers, helping future nurses breathe easier, laugh louder, and feel less alone.
Between exams, clinicals, and sleepless nights, nursing students are under constant pressure.
It's a lot. It's scary at times, but it's really rewarding too.
At Galen College of Nursing in Louisville, some of that reward comes from these two.
Very calming for everybody.
Meet Henry.
Oh, okay. Henry's just a big love bug.
And Maisie.
You're beautiful. Maisie, the younger, she's very needy. They're English cream golden retrievers. They stay all day.
Right. They are quite the popular duo at Galen.
They just love coming here.
Jim Hack is the real employee here.
Henry looks just like their dad.
He's the senior facilities manager at Galen.
There you go. My main purpose is keeping the building look as nice as you see it here and now. Let's go. And
Jim loves his dogs. One day, he brought them to work.
This is what they love to do.
He noticed the students loved them too.
They all ran over and they put their books down. They just start petting them. So that's why I go, this is kind of cool. That wasn't the initial intention. It's kind of evolved to that, right?
Yeah. They are amazing, especially when you come in and you're really scared. Like today we have sim lab and that's so stressful. You have to go in and people watch you, and then the dogs are here and you're like, oh, it's okay. They make everything better for a little bit at least.
Maisie and Henry have made their roles official with ID badges. They know their way around campus. Make quick friends. They know what their job is.
If you're having a rough day, somehow they can just tell. You don't have to express it. They just know, and they're just there. I think that's the best thing.
For Jim, giving these future nurses some comfort is personal. His wife is a nurse, and when their daughter was young, nurses were there for his family.
My daughter, when she was 14, was diagnosed with Ewing sarcoma, and it was a pretty hard diagnosis, and we mostly her, lived at Cosair Hospital off and on for almost 3 years. And while you're there, and you're there for extended periods, the nurses become your family. You laugh together, you cry together, and you get very attached to them.
Sharing Maisie and Henry is his way of saying thank you, even if the dogs leave some of themselves behind.
Okay, I have to talk about the obvious. The hair.
Well, yes. Well, you can tell. I buy the lint rollers by the case. At home, we call it, you can see, we call it golden glitter.
Yes, I definitely needed this.
The students and staff don't mind one bit.
I love them. They always make my day.
A reminder of why compassion matters, not just for patients, but for ourselves.
Look at them. What's your name? This is they're so sweet. Hi, baby.
That's just what I needed.
All right, let's go home, guys. Let's go. Come on.
They're just as happy to see us as we are to see them.